Hi everybody, happy weekend! Saturday again. A week has gone by with some art stuff and it's time to have a tiny review of what I published and or painted or crafted this week in my studio. And I'm not taking away anything that I'm going to publish probably next week. So some of the stuff that I produced, just as always, is still secret, because I'm going to publish and talk about that in the week that I'm going to publish it, you know. But this week I started off with my art journal. Monday was another art journal page that I published, and it is this one here, which is about the separation or the difference between the creative art part of art's work and the work part, the business stuff, the administration stuff, the things that are that don't have anything to do with painting, drawing, creating, but that are really more on the administration part of the spectrum. When you're a self-employed artist, you have to do more than just create pretty pictures. It's yeah, that's pretty much what the page is about. Or also the factor that sometimes my job is perceived as, yeah, you can do pretty much everything you want when you want it. It's not really work, it's just painting. So, no, there's more to it. So that harsh difference between the creative part and the work part is subject in this page that I just published on Monday. And now looking back at it a few days later, or I should say a week later, because as I already told you so many times, but maybe you're new to the channel, so how are you supposed to know, right? I do publish my art journal pages the Monday after the week that it is supposed to be for. So looking back at the page, I like the work stuff more than I did. So this whole section here, I like it more than when I created it, but I like the drawing part, the flower creation part less than I liked it when I created it. It's still fine, it's okay, but it seems kind of flat to me. But yeah, well, I think I could get away with saying that this is just the sketch part of a painting coming together. But then again, my sketches and my planning for composing artwork looks so much different. So if somebody knows how my process works, they would know on this page that this is not a sketch. All in all, I think the page is okay. It's not too crazy, it's not too wild, but it seems kind of flat to me, looking back at it now. I don't know if I would do it any different though. If I'd do it all over again, maybe I would have this part here be more sophisticated, more like a real in-depth painting. I don't know. I guess I would have a few more layers of color on that part. But I think the work part is fine. It's plain enough because I don't like the work part of being an artist as much as I like the creation part and just the expressing things and painting, drawing, crafting. So I think the gray part is fine with being so plain and so boring. So that was the art journal page that I did, and on Tuesday this lovely fellow was published, and I really like this one. I like it's one of the first Tiny Tuesdays that is 3D with the flower, really giving the piece quite the dimension there. Look how many, it's maybe 5 centimeters. Oh, yeah, throwing it away. It's about 5 centimeters of depth there, so that's really cool. I like the colors. It's so spring and so fresh and light, so I really like it. And I liked while doing some paper piecing, some origami paper folding crafts, and not only a drawing or a painting on the Tiny Tuesdays. So I really liked that. I still like the colors, and I like the small tiny details like the pearl and the glitter pen, and having repetition color-wise in the painting, but it really being a unique piece, and the flower being the focal point here. And by flower I mean the red, white checked one, not the one on top here. So I really liked it, and I still like it. The other thing that I published yesterday, when my trouble was so far away, I'm not gonna sing, was my take on the February challenge in the Paint My Photo group. So this is the Hills Are Alive, which was a challenge that should be in a long rectangle. So when I photographed it, I just went for this lower piece here. That's why actually I don't have a pretty sky painted on this one, but having the paper really be plain and uncolored, not being worked on at all. So the challenge was to have a painting in that rectangle format with a mountain scene and some wildlife. So that was the challenge, and this is my take on it. And as I already teased in Thursday's Talk O'Clock, I did that with pastel chalk and water. And you can see in the video of yesterday that how long it actually takes to put this together. It's fairly quick to block in the colors, but going in with the water and detail stuff, that actually takes quite a bit. And I really like this painting. I'm not the big animal painter, so that really was a challenge for me. However, I'm very happy with the outcome. I like especially the back and the rump part of the goat. I also like this particular part here of the scenery. I'm not too fond of this part here. There could have been just some more shadows on the, or just some darkened sections on the lower part here, just to help the angle. But you're looking down into a valley, so I think I kind of get away with this part here being the edge, and then having a rather harsh cliff down to the lake. Again, this is not my typical object scenery wise, but I really liked it. It was a real challenge. Me being quite nervous, like, oh gosh, how's the outcome going to be? It's like, oh my gosh, how many takes do I have to have on those to produce something that is at least nice to look at. But I was really surprised how well I remembered. I did these kind of drawings or paintings in the beginning of my career. Like, I started with portraits, and then I went into scenery, like landscapes with an animal in there somehow, and only then I developed the style that I pretty much keep on working right now, which is I don't want to say surrealism, but I really like a quirky bit in my paintings. It being a gimmick, like a stick figure doing something in a still life, or just interesting colors for the object that I paint. But I haven't done these kinds of paintings in, I want to say, decades. So at least one decade. I think it's even like 15 years or something that I drew or painted these kind of sceneries, and it all coming back to my hand brain. I know if you're new to the channel, you're probably like, what is she saying? It's like, yeah. If you know especially my arts journal videos, you know that I think my left hand has its own brain. Because it remembers things that my brain in my skull definitely does not remember. So I really am, well, I'm quite surprised that it worked out as well as it did, and this is just one go. I didn't start over on the drawing and the painting, and for that I'm quite surprised. There's, like I said, things that I would maybe work on a bit longer with maybe 2 or 3 more layers looking back at it now, but I'm quite happy I'm quite happy about the outcome, and I really like the chalky looks of the pastel chalks coming through, and yeah, just like it. So maybe I do go back into painting sceneries with animals once in a while, because I really enjoyed working on this piece, although I was quite nervous beforehand. So yeah, I was afraid I'd ruin the painting, because I started with the landscape scenery and then the last bit was the goat. So I thought, oh, I'm going to ruin it if the goat is not coming out as I wanted, and if it looks crappy, then the whole painting is is bad. So yeah, it was 1.5 hours of pure nervousness and stress, but also enjoying myself. The other thing that I did, which is a tiny project only, and I'm going to deliver it to my customer, I guess early next week, is a thank you card that I was commissioned for, being the note that the customer said, thank you card, simple, clean look, light green. That was these were the information, or throwing things down again. Wow. So that was the input, and this is what I came up with. It's kind of spring with the butterflies, but not too romantic, girly looking by having any big flowers seen on the card. And I stayed quite clean with the 2 butterflies, not too whimsical looking, and staying also very clean with the light green background, and having the cardstock and also the sentiment banner being the same color. Not a lot of layers and ribbons and pearls and whatnot, so it's quite simple, clean. Yeah, I think that's what I'd associate with that card. And I'm going to deliver it this week, and the customer already approved. I sent them a photo and they said, yep, great, thank you. So yeah, that was pretty much my week. While you can see this while you can see this video on my channel, I'm hopefully working on the birthday bash party art stuff of the journal workshops from Jenny Belly, so this should hopefully work, and I'm yeah, actually looking forward to do some more artwork this weekend, and I will tell you all about it in the next vlog. So the next Saturday vlog, I should say, not the Thursday one. And I hope you enjoyed watching along, seeing what I published, what I think about my artwork, looking back at it now, at least having 5 or 6 days between producing it and now talking about it, which always gives me a tiny bit of a different perspective. I also like, well, being happy and content with the piece and saying, I'm going to finish that now, and that's fine the way it is, and then looking back at it a couple days later, and sometimes I like it just as much, and sometimes I find something where I said, I would probably change that up. Would I start the piece again right now? Or it was something where I say, I know I struggled with that during the process, and I still, it's okay, but not great. So I really like looking back at those things, and you can get a bit more information, background story about the different videos and stuff that you see throughout the week. So I hope you have a very good day and weekend. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I would be very happy to answer any of your comments there. If you feel that other people should see this video, why not share it? Otherwise, maybe you want to like it too, because it helps a lot. And if you aren't subscribed already, why not subscribe to the challenge? I got lots of art videos, board game videos, and paleo cooking videos for you pretty much every day of the week. Enjoy, have a very good one. I will see you tomorrow on the Gamers Couch. Bye!